experience.
Hello everyone. We will start shortly. Meanwhile, I request all of you to switch your mobile phones to the silent mode to avoid interruption. Further, I request all of you to take your seat as per the allocated seating plan shared with you. If you have any inconvenience or if you have any queries, you may reach out to the volunteer closest to you. Thank you.
If you look at entrepreneurship as a process, there are three core elements to it. One, you need to have a business idea. Two, a business plan. And three, an implementable strategy. By design, we have ensured that as a process, EVL makes the student go through all the three components.
We will tell you how you can bring ideas to market and manage your startup, so that at the end of the program, you will have built and run a real entrepreneurial venture, and you will have gained the confidence to recognize opportunities, get access to resources, design your business end-to-end, and learn the complexities of executing plans to action.
We believe that this entrepreneurial acumen is crucial in successfully riding the cycles of the increasingly digital world, where changes are the norms rather than exceptions.
पोडियम ही ले रखा है मैंने, खाली वाइट पे वो छोड़ा हुआ है। ट्रिपर पे डाल दे, चल मेरे तो एक बैटरी की करनी पड़ती है। वो मैंने पावर पे डाल लेते, पावर कहाँ है? नहीं वो लेगा जेब में इवेंट क्यों? इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा भाई सेंटर में। ठीक है, इससे ज़्यादा सेंटर में नहीं जाएगा। वो तो सेंटर के लिए साइड में, तो कैमरा साइड में लेना पड़ेगा। रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ कर दो, चलो रिकॉर्डिंग।
It is widely understood now that the future of the economy around the globe will be heavily steered by digital experience, within which startups, professional firms, and large multinational companies will need people with entrepreneurial acumen who can navigate their enterprise through the highly dynamic business terrains. An undergraduate program in management that is primarily designed for pre-digital environment, unfortunately, cannot prepare you for such a future. Careers of the 21st century can no longer be based on a classroom-only model. This is why the curriculum of the Bachelor of Management Studies program at Shiv Nadar University, Delhi NCR, has been uniquely crafted to provide opportunities for our students to learn business by doing business. Our curriculum contains the Venture Laboratory, which provides our students an extensive, authentic, and rigorous entrepreneurial experience, in which our students learn to set up and run a business enterprise from ground zero.
Our focus is to make our students ready for real life, whether they start up their own venture or head for jobs in corporates. The management education at Shiv Nadar University is centered around real life challenges focused on developing competencies, skills and attitudes that we want our students to develop. There is no better way to teach business complexities to students rather than by experiencing it themselves.
If you look at entrepreneurship as a process, there are three core elements to it. One, you need to have a business idea. Two, a business plan. And three, an implementable strategy. By design, we have ensured that as a process, TVL makes the student go through all the three components.
We will tell you how you can bring ideas to market and manage a startup so that by the end of the program, you will have built and run a real entrepreneurial venture. And you will have gained the confidence to recognize opportunities, get access to resources, design your business end-to-end, and learn the complexities of executing plans to action.
We believe that this entrepreneurial acumen is crucial in successfully riding the cycles of the increasingly digital world, where rapid changes are the norms rather than exceptions. It is widely understood now that the future of the economy around the globe will be heavily steered by digital experience, within which startups, professional firms, and large multinational companies will need people with entrepreneurial acumen who can navigate their enterprise through the highly dynamic business terrains. An undergraduate program in management that is primarily designed for pre-digital environment, unfortunately, cannot prepare you for such a future. Careers of the 21st century can no longer be based on a classroom-only model. This is why the curriculum of the Bachelor of Management Studies program at Shiv Nadar University, Delhi NCR, has been uniquely crafted to provide opportunities for our students to learn business by doing business. Our curriculum contains the Venture Laboratory, which provides our students an extensive, authentic, and rigorous entrepreneurial experience, in which our students learn to set up and run a business enterprise from ground zero.
Our focus is to make our students ready for real life, whether they start up their own venture or head for jobs in corporates. The management education at Shiv Nadar University is centered around real-life challenges, focused on developing competencies, skills and attitudes that we want our students to develop. There is no better way to teach business complexities to students rather than by experiencing it themselves.
If you look at entrepreneurship as a process, there are three core elements to it. One, you need to have a business idea. 2, a business plan, and 3, an implementable strategy. By design, we have ensured that as a process, TVL makes the student go through all the 3 components.
We will tell you how you can bring ideas to market and manage a startup, so that by the end of the program, you will have built and run a real entrepreneurial venture. And you will have gained the confidence to recognize opportunities, get access to resources, design your business end to end, and learn the complexities of executing plans to action.
We believe that this entrepreneurial acumen is crucial in successfully riding the cycles of the increasingly digital world, where rapid changes are the norms rather than exceptions.
Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome all of you to this exposition of the Venture Lab, TVL. This event is significant since it's the first of its kind. The TVL academic course is a very recent initiative by the School of Management and Entrepreneurship of our very own university, Shiv Nadar Institution of Eminence.
Students of the Bachelor of Management program at IoE currently take this course in the 2nd year of their study. They pick a team at the beginning of the course, identify a problem, ideate around the problem, and think about possible solutions, and then craft a business model with an efficient solution.
What makes TVL unique is the fact that students get to have an experience that no classroom can provide, an experience of doing business, like in the real world. The goal of any educational institution is to make a student fit enough to work outside of the classroom. This is exactly what TVL brings to the Shiv Nadar student crowd. At SME, we believe that the only way to learn business is by doing business.
This is the first iteration of TVL, and today we have all gathered to recognize the student teams that have put in the effort to make their ideas become reality. Of course, due to this exceptional opportunity provided by SME under the strategic leadership of Dr. Bibek Banerjee.
It is rather a delight for us to see the parents of the students involved in TVL, prospective students and their families, and of course, our distinguished guests. We hope all of you have a great time listening to some of these innovative ideas. My name is Tejaswini Satish.
I'm Yuvraj Jain, and it gives us immense pleasure to be your hosts for this event.
Our intention is to reach out to all the parents of our students, especially the parents of students who are presenting today and unfortunately couldn't make it here. We are live streaming this event at the official channel of SME SNU. The QR code of the channel is displayed here. Now, without much ado, we'd like to invite Dr. Parthasarathi Roy for his welcome address. Dr. Roy is the chair of the BMS department and is also the main lead in running the TVL program. Dr. Roy is one among the founding family at SME and teaches courses on innovation and entrepreneurship. He also serves as the president of the SNIOE Innovation Council, operating under the aegis of the Ministry of Education.
Good afternoon, everyone, and we welcome you to the TVL Expo. Today is a day of celebration for us at the School of Management and Entrepreneurship, because what you see today is a journey that we had started about 15 months back under the guidance of Dr. Bibek Banerjee, about thinking about a course which will have no course outline and therefore no set chapter plan. It will have, unlike something which we are so used to at SNU, something called as the LTP, it will have no set classroom, fixed kind of a schedule. And most importantly, we were to assess students based on exams which were not written based. Okay? So when we started this journey on the drawing board, to borrow a phrase from Dr. Banerjee's lexicon, TVL or the Venture Lab was very much an entrepreneurial act by the faculty as much as it was by our students. For a school that has the letter E embodied in its name that stands for entrepreneurship, TVL is our stab at providing an education that is contextual, that is contemporary, and that is relevant to the modern times. And in doing so, in the last 15 months, we have at times pushed our students a little too hard, and it was a very unstructured experience for all of us, and therefore definitely they had some anxious moments. But what we intend to show, the purpose of having this expo, again an idea that came from Dean Banerjee, was that whatever achievement that they have achieved in terms of the business success in the limited time that they had, or the learning outcomes that we intend to imbibe in them, we want to showcase it to the external world. And so there are two parts to the expo. Part A is when we'll see selected 3 teams. Again, it was not an easy task to select the 3 teams out of 20. Can we go to the next slide, please? The next. So these are the 20 teams. As you can see, they are spread across 5 different domains. The teams they have some relative amount of progress. Some teams have done excellently well in terms of revenues. Desidera, Anokha. Some teams have a really interesting idea and have a good prototype with them. Teams like Parkeezy, the other one is, which they will present, Epicx, right? So there's a whole variety of in terms of the business idea, a whole variety in terms of whatever work they had done. So in terms of selecting the 3 teams, we have looked at their presentation scores. So 3 rounds of pitches have gone in the last year, attended by all external people, people from the investing community, tech evangelists, subject matter experts, industry experts who have come and they have reviewed the team presentations. They have given their valuable feedback, and today they are wherever they are. So part A of the presentation, 3 teams will present. We have tried to maintain some kind of a diversity so that you get to know some kind of, the expanse of the work that has gone in this. And so 3 teams present, followed by, we all move to the foyer area where we put up the stalls. You will see whatever work that they have done in terms of the stalls. We have a humble request. The students have put in hours of work in putting up this exhibition. Please, each of the teams have a very fascinating narrative, a story to tell. Please spend some time at the stalls reviewing their ideas. Okay? So as they say, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll see you at the other side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We would now like to welcome on stage our guiding light, our source of inspiration, the Vice Chancellor of Shiv Nadar Institute of Eminence, Dr. Ananya Mukherjee. Dr. Mukherjee is an accomplished academic from the field of economics with stellar work done in the domain of alternative development with a focus on the theme of justice. Prior to taking up the leadership mantle of SNIOE, she served in various senior positions at the University of British Columbia. Much of her sustainability drives of SNIOE are ones you can see around easily. She is the guiding force behind them. We are privileged to have you with us today, ma'am.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity to meet with all of you at this very beautiful event. My congratulations to all the students and also to the faculty for thinking of the event in this way. There's many exceptional things about this institution. which I'm sure you have known some already, and some you will find out as you go along in your journey with us. One of the truly exceptional things which I find after coming back to India after a very long time is the boldness with curriculum. We were the first in the country to launch the 4-year undergraduate research degree. And the TVL and the several others, these are all innovations in curriculum which requires a lot of boldness. So on the 4-year undergraduate research degree, I don't know how many of you know, I have learned this when I was outside India, that Indian students with the 3-year degree, and we faced it ourselves, are actually not eligible to apply for a graduate program in any North American university because we fall short of the number of years of requirement. And you can understand what kind of agony that creates in students who do very, very well in those very difficult exams, but cannot actually apply for a graduate program until they do at least one level in a master's, 1 year in a master's program. So that's what many of us have gone through. And so the 4-year undergraduate research degree was a true innovation and a very bold stance in that global context. And I don't know how well it is known, the impact it can potentially have on students. And now we're seeing that with this 4-year degree, our students are getting direct entry to PhD programs in some of the world's top universities. The Venture Lab is another similar bold innovation, which again signifies something here we take very seriously, which is experiential learning. You know, globally, we talk about experiential learning a lot. I've sat on many task forces about experiential learning. But when it comes to actually putting it in the curriculum, a lot of academics shy away because it seems too hands-on. Will there be rigor? Will the employers acknowledge program in a degree, a course in entrepreneurship, because, you know, they could have taken another advanced calculus course. So it has taken, it takes a lot of courage to actually do this. And right now it is very, the whole moment about the ecosystem of innovation is very big in this country. And in that context, it is quite a challenge to put such a course together, but that we have done it in this way and that the students have come to the course. It's a mandatory course, they don't have a choice, with their power of ideation, with their vigor, and the faculty leading them and mentoring them through. I am very proud as a Vice Chancellor that that is happening on this campus. And I can assure all the parents who are here, all the students who are there, that whether you become a unicorn or not, what you will learn through this course in terms of your own empowerment, your confidence, your understanding of what you're capable of, is going to stand you in very good stead, whatever you choose to do. So welcome. I look forward to seeing the presentations and spending time at the stall. And in the meantime, I hope you're also enjoying this process of creative entrepreneurship as part of your curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring words.
We now move on to an interesting part of today's event, the team pitches. The TVL program consists of 20 teams, of which 3 selected teams would present their work and make their pitch to the audience. Followed by every team's presentation would be a short question and answer session. Anybody from the audience is welcome to pose questions. The first team is Anoka. Anoka is a lifestyle brand that brings to you premium products handcrafted by the visually impaired. Welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aryaki, and I'm the co-founder at Anoka. Along with me here, I have my teammates Prakhar, Bhavya, and Ayush. So before we dive into the pitch, I'd first like to ask you, isn't this campus beautiful? Haven't you seen the amazing buildings, the architecture, the greenery? It's nice, right? It's a very good day as well. But unfortunately, there are about 30 million people in our country who can't see the day-to-day. These people sing, they dance, they have a lot of activities in life, but they are so far removed from the society, we don't even know that they exist. They also make a lot of arts and crafts, and just because they can't see doesn't they can't actually go ahead and create something out of nothing. And these arts and handicrafts is what we bring to you here at Anoka. So Anoka is a lifestyle brand that brings to you quality and luxurious products that you can be proud of. But what sets us apart is the fact that everything that we have is consciously sourced. What does consciously sourced mean? Well, we all know about the sweatshops that exist in countries like Vietnam and Indonesia, where a lot of people work endless hours for almost no wages. Which is why Anoka comes with the assurance that whatever product you invest in with us is consciously sourced. It has been procured in a very humane and ethical manner. But then again, what's so special about being conscious? Well, the conscious fashion industry, which is a slow fashion industry, is growing at a booming rate, along with the handicrafts industry. The fashion industry is growing at 8.7% year-on-year, and handicrafts at 11.3% year-on-year. Together, these industries, by the year 2030, are going to form a whopping $1,300 billion of market, which is amazing, huge market. When we were first asked to start a business from scratch as a part of TVL, we knew we wanted to do something special, something which was meaningful. And it all started almost a decade ago, when my mother was gifted a bouquet, which was handmade by visually impaired children. She loved that bouquet so much that she still has it on her mantelpiece to this day. And that was amazing. Keeping one artifact and keeping it with yourself for a very long time and cherishing it, I wanted to bring that. And that bouquet was so amazing, it was so Anoka. That is how we came up with the concept of Anoka.
So now, we had gone to an NGO, to the visually impaired community, and to see how these organizations actually work. And we realized that these organizations are good at upskilling the artisans, but they are not really good at selling the products. As you can see in the picture as well, the quality of the goods is good, but they are not able to display in an appealing manner. So we also did a market research on various other visually impaired NGOs in India, and we realized that these NGOs are also facing the same issue. They are able to upskill the artisans, but they are not able to sell the products. So here is a clear gap in the market. There is a huge demand for the consciously sourced, for the handicraft products, but the visually impaired community is decentralized and have a choppy supply chain.
So our supply chain process is relatively simple. We let the NGOs handle procuring the raw materials and manufacturing the actual product. Then we come in during the distribution process and ensure that they get to the doorstep of the customers. So essentially, we help them in bringing it to the mainstream economy. These people can't see, but they do have vision, and we at Anoka help them fulfill this vision. However, at the same time, we were faced with a problem. Since these organizations are quite small, the production capacity is also pretty limited. Hence, we had to come up with our own product. You must be wondering what these doodles are that were present through the presentation. These were made by the people of the National Federation of the Blind. So we took these and put our own fun twist on it, and we came up with our best-selling product, the Doodle T-shirt. Would you like to see? Guys? In addition to this, we have also come up with several designs and are constantly adding to our product line. Along with that, we also have several handicraft products such as candles and handcrafted bags.
Moving on, we knew that our products were special, but how do we communicate that value to our customers? Well, that is how we came up with the next idea, the Braille card. You can see in front of you these cards. We want our customers to know who actually created the products that they have in hand. For instance, Vidhi is a visually impaired person. She loves dancing, but people don't know about her. She also creates beautiful candles. For instance, the Christmas candle, which is kept in front of you, was actually made by her. With these cards, we bring the artisan to the customer, and that is amazing. You can actually feel her name in Braille when you put your hand through the card. Moving on, we have a double value addition system. On one end, for our providers, we give them a platform to sell their handicrafts and products. We integrate them into the mainstream economy. As for our customers, we give them something that we like to call UBP, unique brag-worthy propositions. Our products are so good, you can actually brag about them. We give them high quality, consciously produced products, something again that you can be very proud of.
We are mainly targeting the apparel and handicraft industry for now. In apparel, we are selling t-shirts and soon plan on moving into loungewear, caps, and cloth bags. For handicrafts, we are mainly targeting the festive audience in times such as Diwali and Christmas, and also appeal to the home decorators. We are currently exploring the corporate gifting area, which is constantly being researched. And in addition to this, our main target segment, it is obviously very diverse. For apparel, we are targeting college students and professionals who want something stylish and can also afford it. In handicrafts, we are targeting middle-aged women and home decorators. What's common between these two sectors is that they appeal to people of all genders. We are mainly aiming for the empaths such as environmentalists and vegans who can truly appreciate the value that our products bring. Since our products are also of higher quality, they cost a bit more, and hence people living in metropolitan cities who have a high amount of disposable income are the ones who will be able to afford them.
So now, coming on to the channels of distribution, through a survey, we realized that exhibitions is the best medium to test our market. Since we are dealing with handicraft products, and traditionally handicraft products can be best sold through exhibitions because here you get to interact with the customers and you also get the feedback what customer feels about your product. After we are finalized with the product range, we would also like to expand to convenience stores where we put our products in cafes, maybe in horse cars or Khan market. And lastly, we would also like to expand when we are fixed with our supply chain through online retailing. So here's a glimpse of the exhibition which was conducted in Shiv Nadar University in the month of February. The revenue for this exhibition was around 7,000 to 8,000. This is the exhibition which we conducted in the month of March at Ashoka University, and the revenue for this exhibition was 9,000 to 10,000. These are some of the best selling products: the Berry Lush Red Candle, Nazar Battu t-shirt and paper bags.
Moving on to our financials, we opened our doors in February, and since then we've made revenues of about 42,000 rupees, out of which the cost of goods sold was about 28,000 rupees, the expenses 4,400, and our net income coming down to 10,000 rupees. What's very cool is the fact that our gross margin and net margins are quite high. Gross margin is net cost of goods sold, which is, net sales minus cost of goods sold, which is the money we get right after selling the products. Then if we include the expenses, that becomes our net margins. These margins are high because we want to be able to give a certain part of these margins back to the community, back to the National Federation of the Blind, who have been nothing but supportive with our venture so far. Moving on, for us, we want to conduct more exhibitions starting now. We want to focus on our marketing and making our website more appealing. We want to standardize our supply chain, ensure that the artisans can keep up with the demand that we will be bringing in the future. We would like to increase our product range, experiment with different kinds of candles, different kind of other handicrafts that they can make. We'd like to expand into corporate gifting, which we feel is a very good venture for us. And finally, once we're happy with the vertical of the visually impaired community, we can move on to other verticals such as the women inmates, we can move on to tribal women, or even specially abled people. Possibilities are endless.
Moving forward, our team, I am Prakhar, Bhavya, Ayush, Aryaki. We would like to express our gratitude to the entire BMS office and our mentor Shalu Kalra ma'am for providing us this opportunity to present our business idea. During our TVL journey, we encountered many problems and we faced many obstacles, but as a result, we grew as a team and learned how to trust each other. While developing our business idea, we learned a lot of fundamental techniques like accounting, supply chain management and sales.
And all of these things that we learned, we got practical experience, which we personally feel is more valuable than anything else that we could have gotten so far. Finally, if you'd like to reach out to us, please follow us on Instagram and check out our website. These are the QR codes. And right after this expo, please come see our stall. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to hear your comments and your ideas. And team, finally with this, we'd like to end. Anoka helps us bring something for everyone. And with that, everyone is standing up for someone. Thank you so much. This is Team Anoka. 3, 2, 1.
We're now opening the floor to questions. We'd first like to take a question from the dignitaries, followed by questions from the audience. Yes, sir, you had a question?
Yeah, I really enjoyed your presentation. 2 questions. Firstly, it is not clear as to what kind of market research have you done. And secondly, I didn't get the connection with vegans.
So vegans...
Because you're selling items which have nothing to do with vegans.
Right, sir. The idea was empaths, people who are caring about the world and the environment around them. Vegans are people who would care. People who are environmentalists are people who would care. In fact,
that's an assumption.
Right, sir. Again, we're still learning, so hopefully we'll try to fix that.
Yeah, but what about market research?
So we conducted several market researches. We actually went through a lot of different websites, and the numbers from which we got these numbers are actually sourced at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if you were able to see it, but there are websites written from which we have taken this data.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone from the... yes, sir, please.
Hi, this is Pawan. I have no question, but I'll like to put 1 or 2 pointers if you want to consider it. First of all, amazing presentation. I think thought is very good. You know, in any startup, you need to resolve some problem, right? And that problem should be unique, right? That is one. So it's a problem. I completely agree. Is a unique? I have a doubt, right? These kind of a project already they are happening in numbers. So you need to find your niche here somewhere, which is unique. So you said you are handling, sales part of it, like supply chain and all. So in my knowledge, many people are doing it, and hence I'm saying you need to find a niche. Otherwise, you are solving something, but it's not a unique problem you are solving. Just as a pointer. Second, whatever you are doing, it should be scalable.
Right, sir.
It's scalable through your initiative or your efforts. If industry as such is scaling its own as a joint community, or in any case, the momentum in the, hence your share may remain very low, right? Just try to find a uniqueness in your strategies and other things. Otherwise, amazing, you have done a great job. This is a very class example of a social entrepreneurship, little bit. I'll say the flavor of it. I'll not say very, very hardcore. And if you want to study a venture, very famous venture is called Jaipur Rugs. Just study that.
Okay, sir.
That guy started 35 years ago. It's an amazing venture. I think you can learn a lot of things from there. So just few input. Otherwise, you guys are doing amazing work. Thank you. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll take 1 question from the audience. Yes.
So thank you, Team Anoka, for your presentation. And I just have a quick question. So since yours is a business model, it's not an NGO really. So I assume what's driving all 4 of you is the profit, right? It's not really the empowering the visually impaired people or something like that. But what I want to know is since the visually impaired people, these are the ones who are producing the actual goods. They are going the extra mile to, to bring out the products. and yours is like more of the marketing side. And yeah, like since I saw the profit sheets and everything, yeah, there is profit. So now I want to know like how much of this, like what percentage of this profit goes to the visually impaired people?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the handicrafts, we're actually buying directly from them. So they're already getting a share of the profits that we're going to make ultimately. As for the t-shirts, we plan to give at least 10% of the revenues that we make from the t-shirts to the people who actually drew the scribbles or the doodles for the t-shirts. And that is what we've discussed with them so far. We're still in the negotiation process. But as and when we grow our revenues, we feel that we can increase it to a certain extent. At the end of the day, our entire aim is to be able to do something which is meaningful. Most of the businesses are profit-seeking, and I agree that is something we're also doing. But at the end of the day, I feel like all of us should be able to wake up and feel good about what we're doing. And that was our intent with Anoka.
And just one follow-up. So, and there's also this NGO involved, right? Which is upskilling the people. So, so like these three stakeholders, like one is the marketing side, the other is the NGO, and then the visually impaired people, like who are producing the goods. So, like in these three segments, like I just had the profit sharing this thing. Like how does it work? So this is what's running in my head. And how much do the visually impaired people get? Like what will, otherwise they will stop producing the goods.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
So the business model which you propose, like there's one is obviously the visually impaired people who are producing the goods. Second is the NGO who is upskilling the people, right? And
No. The NGO is the NGO is the place where people are being upskilled, and they at the end of every year. So basically, they take about 200 visually impaired people within their organization every year, and they upskill them. They put them through a whole school for 1 whole year, where these guys learn different kind of things. They learn transcribing. They learn different arts and music, all these different things. So at the end of that year, they have a bunch of products ready, which are also candles and the handicrafts, which they have made through the process of upskilling. So right now, in our talks with them, we are buying the things that they have at the end of the year, but they've also agreed to help increase their output of these handicrafts as and when we need more and more of these supplies. So the upskilling and the handicrafts come from the same place.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, audience.
We'll have one last question from Shikhar, sir.
Very fluid presentation, by the way. So it was very smooth, and I think your idea came across very clearly. Kudos to that. I have a suggestion, if not as much of a question, and then we can discuss it later when I'm examining the T-shirts later. There are lots of organizations in India that have a very similar purpose to the blind school, and what they try to do is they try to utilize the people part of that organization to make goods, but they have very poor representation.
Right.
And the problem also is that sometimes it's a very seasonal transaction. You go there typically on Diwali, and then after that, there's a big queue outside the blind school, and then after that it just dissipates.
Right.
It's a thought that there are not too many platforms, digital platforms, that have all these organizations and they produce actually on it. So it's a bit of a turn away from the business that you are thinking about, because you're thinking about making a lot of these goods, but you could also think about actually having a platform on which all of these organizations are actually represented. And so your job really turns into becoming a marketing organization for that. So it's a digital marketing organization. But I think that you'll find that it'll do wonders, and you could feed the ideas back to them, like you have with the T-shirts and some of these things. But I think that could work quite well, because when I've traveled around the country, I've actually seen a lot of these organizations, and they're typically destinations for tourists, which is unusual, because there's no reason that only the tourists should really go there. There are a lot of well-meaning people that want to buy a lot of these products which are made by charitable and altruistic organizations and give back to them as well. So it could be a really interesting model if you want to really build on this.
I think we already love the idea, and we're going to start talking about this right away. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We now move on to the next presentation.
I would like to now invite on stage Team Healthy Raccoons. Healthy Raccoons is a food kiosk on campus that offers healthy, tasty, and affordable food, thereby encouraging a healthier lifestyle.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all happy and healthy. If not, we have an exciting segment for you that will brighten your day. Some of you can see some envelopes pasted in the front of your seats. Those are basically gifts from the Healthy Raccoon family for you. For the people who did not receive those envelopes, don't be discouraged. We have a lot more in store for you at our store in the foyer. Now, before we dive deeper into our presentation, I'd like to start with the fact that a lot of parents are usually constantly worried about their child's appetite on campus. And a lot of students have the habit of doing things at the last moment, be it eating food or submitting assignments. And even when we do eat food, we end up munching on junk, sometimes by choice and sometimes due to a lack of options. Based on this trend, our group did a market analysis from which we came up with the following business idea that is named Healthy Raccoons. Our motto is good people deserve good food, and this is our logo. We aspire to become a healthy food kiosk on campus that encourages a healthier lifestyle. Now, you might wonder why raccoons? Well, because raccoons are nocturnal creatures which munch on almost anything, much like a lot of students sitting in the audience here. This is Team Venture Van Dab, mentored by Dr. Vishesh Singh. The 6 of us come from different backgrounds, but one thing that we all had in common was the fact that we all faced some health issue and we struggled to find healthy food on campus. And that is how Healthy Raccoons was formed.
Okay, so after identifying the market gap post conducting the survey, we went on to analyze our market opportunity. Our total addressable market is the total food industry, out of which our service addressable market is the healthy food industry, and our service obtainable market is the SNU market, the market that we are planning to tap into. According to the survey data, we estimate that if one person spends about 800 rupees on an average monthly, then it would create a market of around 2 CR annually for us. Moving on. So children often look outside to break away from the monotonous food of DH or the mess. And when they do that, they turn to these outlets, our competitors. So how are we different from them? How do we place ourselves into the market? To identify that, we conducted a competitive analysis on the basis of availability, delivery system, healthy food, and cost efficiency. And as you can see, Healthy Raccoons checks almost every box that the others do not.
Now for the business model of our venture. We chose to go with a themed fast casual restaurant. We have identified our key resources and activities, customer segments, customer relationships, revenue streams, cost structure, and our key advisors, within which one of them is Mr. Vijay Tiwari, our financial advisor. Our USP would be providing healthier food options at affordable prices and a premium experience. Now for the operating cycle and supply chain management. We will be procuring our raw materials from Ghazipur market and Lord's wholesale market. We will be replenishing our dry pantry every 20 to 25 days, and our fresh pantry would be purchased daily. We'll be identifying suppliers with the maximum possible credit limit and the best quality to create an uninterrupted supply chain. We'll be selling our items daily, which will create a high cash inflow, as thus we can maintain liquidity for the business. We'll be hiring 4 helpers in shifts of 2 of 12 hours each for maintaining 24/7 availability. Here you can see some pictures of our field trip where we went as a group and we got to learn a lot about running a venture in the hospitality industry. This is a prototype of our menu. You can also see the volunteers showcasing our food items in the audience right now. This is a working prototype of our WhatsApp chatbot. We'll be accepting orders through WhatsApp for more convenient order placement by the customers.
So, for any business entity,
collaboration and partnerships are a big element. And we hit our first milestone by soft launching our business at eSummit 23. eSummit 23 was a corporate event and a two-day event in which we served a varied of menu to the guests present. We had a footfall of around 250 to 300 members, and our total revenue was 11,500 with an average order price of 750. We also received a lot of reviews from our friends and family who came to our stall. To celebrate the success of our venture and eSummit, we went to Grayscale Academy with the help of Zomato Feeding India. Grayscale Academy is a non-profit organization and a home and education institution to many students. Next, we also collaborated with SNUSL. SNUSL is a sports league event of our university itself. And where to better start to promote healthier lifestyle than sportsmen itself. As you can see, they have our logos on their jerseys. And we are also very proud to announce that they won the league this year too. Next, for future partnerships, we also plan to start a Buy Me a Lunch initiative in which we want to cover the gap between corporate world and NGOs and promote healthier lifestyle even in the unprivileged sector of India.
So, we have prepared a tentative financial report for our venture. To start our business, we would require 5 lakhs rupees of capital and a lot of support and mentorship from the university. It is very important for an entrepreneur to know the viability of the venture. For Healthy Raccoons, we expect 150 customers per day on our outlet, out of which the total revenue will come out to 50 lakhs annually, out of which 45% will be the cost of goods sold, and after deducting utility, salary and other expenses, the net sales comes out to be around 19 lakhs rupees. Lifetime loyalty value. Lifetime loyalty value is the total amount a customer is expected to spend on our outlet. For Healthy Raccoons, the lifetime loyalty value comes out to be around 38,000. As the university shuts down for summer vacation, winter vacation, and in festive seasons, we plan to run our outlet 8 to 10 months in a year. There are 3 stages to form any business: formation, validation, and growth. For the initial 2 phases, we received a funding of 50,000 from the university for sampling, marketing, and soft launch of our venture at eSummit. As for the growth, we plan to open our outlet in the SNIOE campus and later on in the other residential educational institutions.
So, before we end our presentation, here's a note of thanks from Team Healthy Raccoons to the Venture Lab and all the associated faculty, as well as our mentor, Dr. Vishesh Singh. We are deeply honored and thankful for this opportunity and all the learnings that we derived from it. We have learned a lot of concepts in our course structure till now, but practical application is something that we learned through TVL. TVL also offered us courses on strategic management, operations, finance, team dynamics. We learned everything from creating business insights to analyzing market risks to studying the market, analyzing the financial statements and whatnot. However, our most important learning remains enduring failures. We made many mistakes and endured failures, but got up from them every time. And through this, we learned the very important quality of team cohesion. We fell, we bled, we endured, and yet every time we rose and are still standing here strong together as a team. So once again, we are very thankful to TVL for giving us our little Healthy Raccoons family. With this, we come to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much to our lovely audience for listening to us. Please pay a visit to us at our stall in the foyer later. We can't wait to serve you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, team. We'll once again like to open the floor for questions. Any one of the dignitaries? Yes, sir, please.
Again, 2-3 pointers, no question per se. First of all, very good presentation, very good thought. One is, I saw a chart where you showed the competitions, right? Your competitions, and cross and takes over there. When you do either apple to apple, right? they are not into the healthy food in any case, right? So they will get in any case cross most of the places. So for your market assessment, you should go the apple to apple comparison, the space where you are in, that is one. Second, I don't know how much input you take, because it's a food, right? It's a very personalized thing, the way people liking, disliking is. So hence you should take a very regular feedback from the people about their liking, what they like, what they didn't like, and improve upon on an ongoing basis. It's a very different industry. It's not static ever. It's always been it's changed every day, I will say that way. Third is, whatever you are done in a very controlled environment in our campus. Try to do one sample or a pilot outside the campus, because it's your controlled environment. You know the people know you. So there's a lot of, I'll not say biasness, but definitely you get an advantage of it. So do it in an environment which is not in your control per se, and how to bring that or make your presence feel there. Just 3 points, which is top of my mind right now.
Yeah. Again, a good person. Okay, thank you. So good presentation. So just a couple of questions. So you considered the university student population as your this thing. So are you sure that they are all for healthy food and stuff like that? You're part of the student community itself. So that's question number one. So the entire 3,500 number could never be the full population that is your market size. The second thing is, what about the perishability of these products that you want to sell? What you manufacture may not be what is sold. So have you considered where would you store it? How would you, or would you throw it away? The perishability is a big factor in the food industry. So I don't know if you have an answer for that. That's all. That's a simple question.
So, sir, first of all, to answer your first question, we've mentioned that 3,500 is the current population of the campus. That is the total obtainable market that we aim for. We might obtain 50% of the market share. We might obtain 70. We might get 30. That totally depends on the sales and how the outlet runs. But the total occupiable market is the 3,500 population that we aim for. And to answer the second question, sir, we would definitely deal with losses when the food goes bad. But that is how we learn. If we take 2-3 losses, then we learn how to check if the food is going bad, when to replenish the supplies, when to throw away the supplies. We learn all that from running the outlet. So from the sales events we've done, the first one and the next one, they went way differently. We got to learn a lot of things, and we definitely learn after this expo also, when we run more events.
Also, to add a few points for the second question, we have actually thought about the waste management system also, and we're actually planning to collaborate with more NGOs, so that if we have a time frame between the food getting bad and we know that this might not be at the selling point in our university, we will go ahead and donate those to the NGOs.
And also, like we mentioned, we'll be replenishing our pantry every 2 days, like Bhumik mentioned. So there will be that. We have kept all the points in our mind. And yes, thank you for your constructive critique.
Yes, sir, please.
So you've certainly identified a domain which is very important, especially on campuses like this. Good for the students. But since you're talking about health foods, have you considered the ingredients? What is actually going to be part of that food? Have you made any analysis of your ingredients? Because what if somebody asks you a question, can you prove it that this is actually different than what is offered elsewhere?
So like we mentioned, we have nutritionists that we are we have been consulting for our food menu, and according to people and students' requirements, we have been dealing with food like that. So we do have that kind of an analysis in place right now.
Okay, we have time for just one more question from the audience. Anyone interested? Yeah.
Hi, am I audible? So one, I like the thought, like the logo, very interesting. The tagline needs little help, cause good people. I think we're all good people. There are no bad people in the world. So I think that's need little help in terms of the tagline, yes. I fail to get the message as to what is healthy about the menu. So where is the menu part? What health aspects are you giving? So where is the health part? You know what I mean? Because you showed me a picture of Walk in the Clouds, but that's nothing healthy about the Walk in the Clouds. So what is it? Though it's a good brand, it's a tasty brand. Number two observation, see, when healthy food really doesn't sell much, you know, when it's being really theoretical. So we need to be focusing on the tasty food as well. So healthy yet tasty, you know what I mean? So somewhere down the line in your presentation, you may want to mention as it's tasty as well. Because if it's not tasty, people don't buy it.
So, sir, as for your first point, like we can't just tell people if they're eating junk one day and they can just shift to salads from the next day. So we're providing healthier food options. Like we have tasty food options. As you would have seen in the menu, we have rolls, we have protein bowls, we have protein shakes. So those would be made with much healthier ingredients. For example, we can use multigrain breads and multigrain chapatis for the rolls. So that would be made with a healthier options and it would still have the taste effect. So people would not feel that they're sacrificing something to eat healthier. And as for your second point, sir, we would definitely consider that making the next presentation if we do.
Adding on to that, sir, basically we're going one step at a time. So even though the full menu is in place, every sales event we have, we introduce 1 or 2 items. We see the feedback of those items and then we either change it or we go ahead with it. So I know the shift to healthy food might not be that easy, but we're taking baby steps with it and I think that's working out for us till now.
Great thought, just work on the taste part, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We're now down to the last and final team left to present, Team EpicX. Team EpicX is a new and authentic startup in the shoe care industry. They have redefined automation and they bring to you an innovative solution to keep your shoes clean and smelling nice all the time. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're EpicX. I'm Adil, and I'm here with my amazing team members, Kushan, Riddhi, Bharti, and Naira. Have you realized that no matter where you go or who you're with, there's one thing that will always stick by you through all the ups and downs of your life? Your shoes. Shoes are an integral part of our life. They add a touch of class and elegance to our overall attire. However, if not shown proper care, they can wear off very easily. And that's where we come in, EpicX. So just imagine, when you walk out of your house for your next adventure or your next meeting, you walk out with a brand new looking pair of shoes every single time. We have made that into reality. Now we'll give you a gist how that happened.
So we started by identifying the crux of the problem. And that is that cleaning of shoes is seen as an irritating process since it requires a lot of time and effort. And often, people leave cleaning the shoes for the end moment, which results in inefficient cleaning. So with that thought, we conducted a survey of our own, and we found that 43.8% people clean their shoes with their hands, and 47.2% people take about 10 minutes to clean their shoes. So we came up with an idea of our own, EpicX.
Not only sneakerheads, but even regular people find the task of cleaning their shoes extremely effort-taking. Well, here's where we come into the picture. We ensure to make the entire process completely hands-free to provide you with a one-of-its-kind experience. I can't tell you the number of times I've complained to my roommate that it takes me so long to clean my shoes. Well, EpicX ensures to clean your shoe in merely 5 minutes, focusing on time efficiency. When we talk about being efficient, we can't forget about being effective. With high-quality brushes and a strong cleaning solution, we ensure a brand new look after every single wash. This is our 3D digital model. As you can see, there are 2 brushes cleaning either side of the shoe. We'll place a central rotating brush to clean the inner side of the shoe. Along with that, we'll have a high-speed DC motor fan to help with the drying and a cleaning solution dispenser attached to the box. After months and months of research and development, this is the final design that we came up with. In this picture, you can see that we have a sliding tray. Along with that, we'll attach a sponge on it to ensure that the dirt is being disposed in an easy manner. With that, we've also encased our entire box from all three edges to ensure that our product looks aesthetically pleasing and easy to access. With the initial seed funding that was provided to us by the university, that is rupees 50,000, we could only clean one shoe. So that is either the right shoe or the left shoe. But our vision goes way beyond this. Later on, we'd want to install a water pump inside the box to ensure even further effective cleaning, and also incorporate sole cleaning bristles to clean the bottom of the shoe, and also a brush to clean the toe box of the shoe. Please take a look at our semi-prototype. There is a slider placed at the back to control the speed that you want your cleaning to be at. Now we'll show you how to run it.
So we've made this process extremely simple for you. And all you need to do is, first, open the lid. Second, keep the shoes inside the box. And third, close the lid. And switch on to your desired mode. And that's it. You have brand new looking shoes within 5 minutes. Our shoebox focuses on giving our customers a one-touch cleaning option, completely hassle-free. So the next time you're running late and you haven't cleaned your shoes in advance, our box will do that for you. A one-time investment to give you a premium and luxurious feel.
We realize it's really important to also know about the market size, since we know exactly what we're getting into. So based on our findings, we learned that the total available market stands at about 37,000 crores. The serviceable market, that's basically the Indian market, stands at rupees 8,200 crores. The serviceable obtainable market, that's the command that we think we can establish, stands at about 1.6 crores. The annual growth rate stands about 4.5% globally and 6.7% domestically. Now, when it comes to the market share, we learned that the shoe care industry in India is not predominantly owned by just one or two companies, but then there's a whole array of companies that are involved. Most of our competitors offer products such as odorless cleaning solutions, wipes, brushes, or shoe care kits in general. Some of our competitors are veg, non-veg, Superkicks, Philips, and so on. On analyzing our competitors, we found that most of the products that they had to offer involved very little or no automation in general and were perishable in nature. Our product, on the other hand, is something that can last you a long time and doesn't really involve a lot of maintenance. It's also something that's completely automated. Like, it can clean your shoe in just the push of a button. Should I continue?
Okay. Respect this, please.
We're so sorry for the interruption. Now talking about the pricing of a product. From the survey we conducted, we found that many people are willing to spend their money on such a product. Around 30% of them are willing to spend around between 6 to 12,000 rupees. Now, we consider product to be premium since it's something that's not available in the market yet. Therefore, we'll be pricing our product at 8,000 rupees. This figure puts us at a profit margin of 18%. Since the cost of producing each unit will be 6,500 rupees. Apart from that, we also have a specially made cleaning solution that will be priced at 300 rupees. Now, walking you through our online presence, which essentially consists of social media marketing. We are available on all the social media platforms from Instagram, YouTube to Facebook. We recently released a coming soon teaser in an effort to raise awareness of our company. But we haven't gone live on all the social media platforms on a large scale since our main prototype is still in the works. This is our website under the domain epicix.com. As you can see, our company's tagline is a spa for your shoe. We haven't launched the website yet, and this is the first look of our website. In the coming few months, we aim to upgrade our website further for a more interactive experience.
As you all know, finance is an integral part of business. So let me show you how our finances have been so far and how they will look in the future ahead. So Q1 for us majorly focused on procuring raw materials, finding the right prototype developer, and establishing supply chains. Q2 consisted of us finalizing on a prototype and doing it testing. This is also the quarter where we receive our first round of orders. Q3 is where we expect an increase in the number of orders that will result in reducing our cost of production per unit, and this change will happen because economies of scale will be put in use.
So the future roadmap is basically how we plan on conducting things over the next few months. So in the month of May, we'll be expecting our first few orders, and we'll be gradually increasing the number of orders by July. August will be the month that we'll be expecting to actually receive profits, because by this time we would have been established a better marketing strategy and as well as a pricing strategy due to economies of scale and other things. Now in October, we're planning on expanding our business. So this is the time that we'll be collaborating with various sneaker conventions and sneaker clubs. We're also thinking of getting in touch with hotel chains or even airports so that our product could be something that can be used by everyone in general on a daily basis.
Starting a new venture is a very challenging task, which requires a lot of time, effort, and dedication. And we gave nothing less than that. Our TVL journey was a complete roller coaster, filled with numerous ups and downs.
Ideation was one of our key learnings that we incorporated not only in this program, but also in the real world. We spent countless days just simply brainstorming and ideating to find the idea that we will resonate with.
This venture gave us the opportunity to gain hands-on experience throughout the year, which not only helped us know more about the real world business, but also helped us become more confident individuals.
We've endured numerous setbacks and failures in the development of our prototype, but we didn't let anything come between us and our vision. This taught us to rise up to the challenges we face in the real world.
This also helped us to put everything that we learned in our classroom to a more practical use.
We argued, we fought, but I feel that we finally delivered as a unique team. This venture has brought us together, and we are proud to say that it has given us this beautiful Epicix family.
So this is us, a bunch of students that are passionate about shoes and their upkeep. And we've taken that passion and brought it into reality. So come, check us out at a kiosk and interact with our product. There are also games that you can play and win exciting prizes at. We would also like to extend a big gratitude to our dear mentor, Ms. Devrati Basu. She's been with us throughout the journey. She's made this whole process very fun and exciting for us while handling all of our tantrums. Ma'am has been the backbone of this group, and without you, this wouldn't have been possible. Ma'am, you are our Iron Man and we are your Avengers. Thank you. We're Epicix and we're open for questions.
Yeah, they're open for questions. Any questions from the dignitaries? None? Okay, in that case, we'd like to open the Q&A for the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible? So I just wanted to ask, like, there are different types of like shoe material, and they require different care. And like nowadays, we see that we can customize our shoes and have different materials like leather, suede, satin. So how do you plan to provide that care for my shoes? Because I know if I try to like wash my like suede shoe with the brushes, they are going to get ruined eventually. So how do you plan to take care of that?
So we like to answer your question with 2 points. Starting by saying that this is one of the questions we initially asked ourselves, because when we're making a machine which is trying to cater to the needs of the people who have different kind of shoes, we will have to incorporate a system which can accommodate all the varieties that are available in the market. So the brushes that we have chosen are soft bristle brushes, which is very rarely found, and we've procured them from somewhere where they make it by their own hands, and that is something which can be used in your suedes, canvases, normal sneakers. The only exception is the leather shoes. While saying that, we also mentioned that there will be a water and solution dispenser. So that water and solution dispenser is also, the solution inside is also made specifically to adjust to the needs of the shoes. It is 70% water and the rest 30 is mixed. So that type of solution can cater to your suede and canvas and every other shoe except leather. We will try to incorporate leather in our machine as well, but that'll come on in a later stage.
I just want to add something to that. Since we know that we cannot use water to leather shoes, we have kept, like Kushal was explaining before, we've kept all of the brushes and everything to one, like it's all related to like one button. So you can choose the mode at which you want. So that kind of like answers the question to like how fast you would want your shoes to get cleaned. And with water, the button will be completely separate. So if somebody doesn't want to use water, that's definitely an option.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, please. Over here.
So congratulations, great job. Can I see the clean shoe?
We didn't finish the cleaning. It takes the entirety of 5 minutes.
Okay, great.
If you want to see it, you can please come by our kiosk, and I request everybody to come by our kiosk and see how it actually works and interact with it if you want to.
Okay, perfect. They're wearing, yeah, I was checking your shoes as well actually.
Oh.
I just want to know, what's the IP in your product? Is there any intellectual property in your product?
This is a business law question.
Yes.
Ma'am, other than the logo, the slogan, we'll obviously get that copyrighted.
Copyright?
Oh, sorry, it's a trademark. The entirety of the prototype will go under patents.
Okay.
Anything else?
So have you applied for any of these? Are you thinking on those lines?
Yes,
Because it looks like a little generic to me as of now. And to make it, and you want to scale it to that level, just a suggestion that you get into the IP part of it as early as you can.
Definitely, ma'am. All of this was in the works. So we've had a lot of talks with you, with Vinita ma'am as well, regarding our IP. But with the constant deadlines, we kept that in the backlog. But that is definitely our next step coming forward.
Sure.
Just like a bit of insight to that, we did go and talk to Vinita ma'am, and we got like a bit of an understanding of how the patent process is like. The only issue was that the box, like the shoe box that we wanted, like the vision that we had, we were not really able to afford it. And we were told that if we want to patent it, they need to have all of the dimensions. So since the final box and the prototype wasn't ready, we couldn't really apply for it.
Okay. So at least start putting a TM, no, over your brand name.
Yes.
Definitely
Yeah.
do that.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks.
Okay, we'll take one last question.
So, normally if we look at shoe cleaning, it is a habit. You know, if you're going to the office, you get up early morning, you look at your shoes, whether they need polishing or something like that. So how to change that habit, how to market it more effectively? What is the marketing process you want to follow to sell your product?
Initially, the thing that we have realized that our product, as of now, is a latent need, that people aren't aware of such technology that it could possibly exist. So this is something where we can target at how, for example, how washing machines or microwaves entered India. this is something very similar to it. Once it's out there, people will have a need for it because it's there. As of now, it's not there, so people are not really aware that something like this is offered to them. And talking about the marketing strategy, how we're going to go forward with that? Do you want to? Okay. I feel we have a lot of social media platforms to do that. And other than that, we're planning to set up kiosks at multiple places. We've also had talks with one of our prototype developers who's in the companies like veg, non-veg, and they've already initiated talks with us about how they want to take number of units from us and sell them for us as well. So we would like to sell products under our name as well, and we would like to outsource them as well.
And just to add to what Adil said, so you mentioned that how everybody wakes up and ideally cleans their shoes on a daily basis. We don't want to negate that entire idea, but the main USP that we emphasized on, which we can't currently show to you properly, is about automation. So all of these instances that you mentioned, all of these entail manual cleaning, but our main USP eventually, or our vision ahead, would to make this completely hands-free and automated. So currently we've claimed all of that, but it's definitely in our vision, and that is how we'd eventually market this entire idea.
Last point to that would be that we do feel that there's a huge international market for this as well. A lot of people outside use like dishwashers and everything. So like India also has started moving in the same direction. So we do feel that we start creating awareness along the same lines. They'll definitely, like we'll definitely get a good response.
Not a question, but can I just add on? So you created a product to clean the shoes to make it look good when you go out. Normally when we come back, the people look not for beauty but hygiene of the sole of the shoes. So if you can find a way to sanitize it, people will not ask, you know, ab joote pehen ke aayenge ya joote ne khol ke aayenge kind of thing. So if you can add on to that, I think it will be a great feature to market your product.
So this is something that we also talked about, and we wanted to incorporate, like obviously in a later stage, a UV light, because in this era we have seen COVID already happening, and there are possible chances that something else will take place, and people travel from one place to other and they carry dirt with them. So one way of removing that could be using a machine where there's a UV light which completely sanitizes your shoes as well. So that is something we would want to incorporate if we do have the funding for it.
Go get it.
We're hoping from this conversation.
Can someone please give ma'am a mic?
Hi. Audible? Okay. So I just, it's just a curiosity, what is the background of the brand name? Why did you choose this name? Can you just tell us?
Ma'am, we realized that the entire machine, our business is all about shoes. And shoes are also represented by this name called Kicks. And we made the whole process just epic for you. So Epic Kicks.
Wonderful creativity. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Team Epicix. We would like to now...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We would like to now invite the man behind the conceptualization and implementation of TVL, Dr. Bibek Banerjee, onto the stage for a short address. Dr. Banerjee is the Dean, School of Management and Entrepreneurship. He has had a stellar academic career, having taught at IIM Ahmedabad and taking leadership roles at IMT Ghaziabad and Ahmedabad University, among others. Please give him a warm welcome.
Okay, so it's an interesting day for me to be here. First and foremost, you know, Shikhar says that, you know, I think we have covered a lot of ground. I'm just going to do a little bit of reminiscing about my experience about a year ago, and then we can straight away go and go to the kiosks and see what the these great teams have done. So, today or over the last week, we've been hearing that India has overtaken China as the most populated country in the world, and we know that 60% of that population is supposed to be within the working, productive, capital creation age of 18 to 64. We have also been hearing snide remarks about quantity doesn't matter, quality does, right? So what, and in that, as Ananya said, that universities have a role to play in creating a workforce that contributes to the overall purpose of sort of realizing the potential of this country. And in that, we have been working on the curriculum, and thank you, Ananya, for saying all the good things about being bold. And I thought I'll just take 3 minutes to share with you what that entailed of being bold. About a year ago, when we put in this, took the big step of putting in TVL as part of the core curriculum in the BMS, we jumped into the pool, often not knowing how deep the pool is. And I'm beginning to remember many months ago when some of our faculty came and said that, Vivek, we have made teams, but they never meet. So I remember the days when, we got into several huddles, including open houses, with the student, with the faculty, trying to just get together. That itself was a big challenge. And remember, those were the days when we are still trying to cope with how to come out of COVID. And it is absolutely amazing to see the journey that most of you have covered, and to come to this stage. Of course, we are looking at prototypes and things, and there are many more questions than there are answers. But hopefully, through this course, all of you have realized that to create an enterprise, first and foremost, you have to start somewhere, and then there's a lot of pain in the journey. And if you think about our role as a university, I'm remembering another very interesting question that we were faced, that what do universities do? And I remember one of my friends had said very, very insightfully, that part of the roles that we play is to actually create a little bit of pain, but guide it in a process that is creative, that ends up potentially into capital creation and value creation. So our attempt with the TVL has precisely been that, and it's really interesting to see that the teams have come this far. To be honest with you, a year ago, we were still trying to figure out how deep the pool was that we have jumped into. And I do want to thank, of course, all of you guys, the students who were part of it. But as Partho had mentioned, that it was also the first time for all of us, the faculty and the educator community over here. It takes a lot of courage to get into this, and of course we have created an ecosystem where we have captains of the industry who have come very willingly, very regularly to come and help us, investors, entrepreneurs themselves, and I'm really excited that we are. I am certainly standing here with a lot more confidence than what we started out with a year ago. So thank you once again to all of you. I mean, the parents, of course, I'm sure you have many legends to deal with, and more will be coming your way, to encourage and to support in this very important experimentation with curriculum, which we are absolutely convinced is the right way to go. That in a university, of course, we have to work on theories, but the theories also have to shake hands with conversion into reality, and that can be excitedly sort of woven into the curriculum and their experience, overall experience for the 4-year degree program that they are part of in BMS. So I won't, I was just talking to Shikhar. Shikhar said that, the reason why we are here is to see not just 3 presentations, but there are 17 more for which the kiosks are ready. So I believe we will go ahead and inaugurate. Well, I'll request Shikhar to inaugurate the exposition. And Partho, I believe we can go straight from here, and then the rest of them can follow in about 5 minutes or so. Okay, there's something. So thank you very much for being here. It means a lot for all of us that you are in this room. You come from far, some of you, to be here supporting in this initiative, which we certainly wish to scale at a very different level. Actually, and the last point is, of course, to thank Shikhar, because I remember the seeds of TVL was actually sowed in a conversation that Shikhar sort of presided over, saying that he went to Babson, by the way, and Babson, as you know, is one of the leading universities in the world when it comes to entrepreneurship. And he shared with me some of his experiences that he went through, and and had full support that we are ready to do something in our own way. So thank you very much for all your blessings and support, and we will take it to hopefully another level going forward. And of course, the first batch of TVL, you guys are the pioneers. You are the first ones to have gone through this experience, and you are, as you know, I mean, there's reams of research to suggest what pioneering advantage means. And remember, you are at potentially at a historical juncture where you can use that pioneering advantage to perhaps a life-defining moment. So well done. Look forward to seeing the rest of your work at the foyer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Before we move on, I request all the representatives of TVL to move to the foyer area and be present at your stalls. The TVL journey is but a collective of hard work and new experiences. We'd like to now showcase a video that captures the experiences of all who've put their efforts into making this event successful. As we near the end of the program, we'd like to invite Dr. Partha to the stage again to give a short thank you note.
I wish we had more time to look into the 17 more presentations. We would again request you to please spend some time at the stalls. You know, each of them have made some distance. They have their own unique stories, and it would be wonderfully nice to kind of, you know, just hear out what they are trying to do. This event wouldn't have been possible without you know, a lot of hard work that has gone behind, and it's only appropriate that I make an acknowledgement of those names. First and foremost, Team TVL, that's Professor Shalu Kalra. If you could, you know, please, if you could, people, just acknowledge Professor Shalu Kalra, Professor Ankur Mehra, Jagmeet, and I am part of that team. Ms. Jagmeet Kaur, who's the program manager of BMS, she has been like the person who has been ensuring that everything in this room is in order to kind of make it happen. Her excellent team of OCJs, Devanshi, Anshika, Vriti, I hope I've mentioned all the names. My colleagues from the Dean's Office, Vinky, Rajesh, our support members from the admin team, Anil sir, finance, IT, this wouldn't have been possible without, you know, their wholehearted support. And of course, you know, our big shout out to our students who have spent a lot of hours and effort in trying to organize this. The parents who have come all the way, and we are sure that you will like the show. So let's proceed to the foyer area.
With this, we come to the end of the first part of today's event. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We request you all to kindly proceed to the foyer area for the inauguration of TVL and to witness the hard work that has been put in by all the TVL teams over the past 12 months.
We request all the dignitaries to take the exit to my left, and all the parents to take the exits at the far end of the auditorium or in the middle of the auditorium. You'd have volunteers to escort you. Also, we open refreshments at 5 p.m. which is located right outside this auditorium on the first floor. We thank all of you to have joined us today.